In Greek mythology, Helen of Troy was the most beautiful woman in the world. A Zeusa of the god Zeus, she is best known for the part she played in causing the Trojan War, a story told by Homer in the Iliad and Odyssey. Some scholars suggest that Helen was also a very ancient goddess, associated with trees and birds. Boss, an early life. Some myths say that Helen's mother was Leda, the wife of King Tyndareus of Sparta. Others name Nemesis, the goddess of revenge, as her mother. Helen had a sister named Clytemnestra, who later became the wife of King Agamemnon of Mycenae, and twin brothers Castor and Pollux, known as the Dioscuri. Stories claiming Leda as Helen's mother tell how Zeus disguised himself as his own and raped the Spartan queen. Leda then produced two eggs. From one came Helen and her brother Pollux. Clytemnestra and Castor emerged from the other. Other versions of the myth say that Zeus seduced Nemesis, and she laid the two eggs. A shepherd discovered them and gave them to Queen Leda, who tended the eggs until they hatched and raised the children as their own. In some variations of this legend, Helen and Pollux were the children of Zeus, but Clytemnestra and Castor were actually the children of Tyndareus. According to some stories, before Helen left Attica, she had given birth to a daughter named Iphigenia. Sometime after, Helen returned to Sparta. King Tyndareus decided that it was time for her to marry. Suitors came from all over Greece, hoping to win the famous beauty. Many were powerful leaders. Tyndareus worried that choosing one suitor might anger the others, who could cause the trouble for his kingdom. Among those seeking to marry Helen was Odysseus, the king of Ithaca. Odysseus advised Tyndareus to have all the suitors take an oath to accept Helen's choice and promise to support that person whenever the need should arise. The suitors agreed, and Helen chose Menelaus, a prince of Mycenae, to be her husband. Helen's sister Clytemnestra was also married to Menelaus' older brother, Agamemnon.
The Trojan War. For a while, Helen and Menelaus lived happily together. They had a daughter and a son, and Menelaus eventually became the king of Sparta. But their life came to a sudden end. Paris, a prince of Troy, traveled to Sparta on the advice of the goddess Aphrodite. She had promised him the most beautiful woman in the world after he proclaimed her the fairest goddess. When Paris saw Helen, he knew Aphrodite had kept her promise. While Menelaus was away in Crete, Paris took Helen back to Troy. Some stories say Helen went willingly, seduced by Paris' charms. Others claim that Paris kidnapped her and took her by force. When Menelaus returned home and discovered Helen was gone, he called on the leaders of Greece who had sworn to support him if necessary. Among those Greeks were Achilles, the greatest and bravest of the Greek heroes, Odysseus, the clever and wily warrior, Diomedes, the bold one, Nestor, the prudent old man, Aias, the giant, and a host of other heroes. The Greeks organized a great expedition and set sail for Troy. Their arrival at Troy marked the beginning of the Trojan War. During the war, Helen's sympathies were divided. At times, she helped the Trojans. At other times, however, she sympathized with the Greeks. Paris died in the Trojan War, and Helen married his brother Deiphobus. After the Greeks won the war, she was reunited with Menelaus, and she helped him kill Deiphobus. Then, Helen and Menelaus set sail for Sparta.
Later life. The couple arrived in Sparta after a journey of several years. When they finally arrived in Sparta, the couple lived happily, although by some accounts, Menelaus remained suspicious of Helen's feelings and loyalty.